a great country with a population of 70 million and around 3 million public employees serving this country. Civil servants, contract personnel, permanent workers, judges and prosecutors, academics and Turkish military personnel. Over 3 million public employees and the organizations they are affiliated with. The Republic of Turkey, the State Personnel Presidency. The State Personnel Presidency of the Republic of Turkey is an organization of strategic importance that has been performing a variety of duties for more than half a century, identifying policies and principles for the Turkish personnel system, establishing structures for public organizations, resolving issues encountered in day-to-day work during practice, and providing coordination among these organizations. Teachers, judges, prosecutors, military personnel, police officers, religious officials, doctors, nurses, disabled state employees, all are under the responsibility of the State Personnel Presidency. With its 250 employees, it is performing all its duties. The chairman, holding the highest position, undertakes the work of the presidency according to the government's general policies, according to provisions of national security, according to development plans, according to annual programs, and according to legislative provisions. It has duties and responsibilities to work in cooperation with other public organizations. There are 3 deputy chairmen supporting the chairman in the State Personnel Presidency. The presidency has 10 main departments as core units: main service units, advisory units, and auxiliary units. People working for public organizations, which are under the responsibility of the State Personnel Presidency, are 82.04% civil servants, 5.41% are contract personnel, 0.68% temporary personnel, 6.99% are permanent workers. 64% of public employees are men, 36% are women. Out of all public employees, 84.57% are working in the provinces, 13.14% are working in central government organizations. The proportion of public personnel working abroad is just 0.02%. Those public employees working in provinces are distributed throughout the country, while the provinces of Ankara, Istanbul and Izmir have the highest numbers of public personnel. Bayburt, Ardahan and Kilis are the cities where the least number of public personnel are employed.
The State Personnel Presidency is one of our most important government organizations. The State Personnel Presidency coordinates the organization of public management. It has significant duties to set up the staffing needs of public organizations. With millions of public employees under its responsibility, the State Personnel Presidency plays a significant role in the application of legislation for the public personnel, in harmonizing these applications amongst organizations, and in leading the public organizations. It also has a central role in training and promoting public personnel. The procedures of recruitment in public organizations, which are closely followed by millions of candidates, are among the duties of the State Personnel Presidency.
As a result of state policies, the State Personnel Presidency has given significant attention to the employment of disabled people. In the last 10 years, the employment of the disabled has increased 470%.
The state personnel presidency is not only an organization making up the rules and giving ideas on paper, but also it identifies the problems of all public organizations and employees, and it is a public organization trying to offer solutions to those problems.
In order to respond to the need to employ disabled people in the public sector, a centralized exam system was established in 2012. The directives establishing the centralized exam and the procedures and conditions for employing a disabled person as a government employee were prepared by the State Personnel Presidency. This is the first centralized exam in the world made for disabled people. The State Personnel Presidency gives special importance to the development and continuous application of the exam for the selection of public personnel, employing qualified personnel, and it sustains its work in this direction. Employing qualified personnel for all organizations in a balanced manner will continue in the next years to come. The State Personnel Presidency meets the transfer needs of civil servants, contract personnel, and others working in privatized, transformed, or restructured public organizations. It also performs duties related to public employees, union rights, and collective bargaining.
The process of employing the disabled in government organizations is monitored by the State Personnel Presidency. The collective bargaining for the financial and social rights of public employees, which take place between our government and unions and confederations of the public employees, is taking place under the coordination of the State Personnel Presidency. The work of the Advisory Board of Public Personnel, the preparatory processes of which are conducted by the State Personnel Presidency, is an important participative management application. The Advisory Board of Public Personnel contains the potential to lead the development of legislation related to the public personnel.
The State Personnel Presidency leads all public organizations, including regulatory and auditing organizations, central government organizations, social security institutions, and local government organizations. It offers services and contributes to harmonization of implementation and the training of public employees from preparatory level to management level. Around 3,000 employees from various public organizations are offered on-the-job training and training for promotion. In parallel to recent successes in our country's foreign policy, the State Personnel Presidency has been taking its services beyond our country's borders, making mutual agreements with equivalent organizations in foreign countries in order to contribute to the development of public employees. In this way, it carries out its activities in the international arena. In Turkey, there are around 3 million public personnel. The State Personnel Presidency, with all its employees, serves primarily to those 3 million under its responsibility and the whole country.
From the point of view of the Confederation of Public Employees, I would like to say that the State Personnel Presidency has a bridging role. At the same time, it is an important organization in the system of negotiations where it plays a significant role of directing, changing perceptions, and providing flexibility in new systems, working in accordance to Public Organizations Code and principles of negotiations.
I think both the State Personnel Presidency and unions cause happiness among public employees through solving problems of work-life without any conflicts, and with appropriate negotiation. I personally know that the State Personnel Presidency, which is celebrating its 52nd anniversary, is an organization with an accumulated experience in its field, and its employees are also well qualified. I wish an even more successful work life to the State Personnel Presidency.
The State Personnel Presidency has done everything it could do in order to make sure that the rights to negotiate are deservedly included in legislation. It is a leading organization with its experience in sharing common goals. in being open to dialogue and in cooperation. How can we improve on existing rights? How can we overcome loss of rights resulting from insufficiency of the legislation and the double standards in the legislation? I think that we should all look for constructive answers to the questions, and in this way, both our country and public employees will benefit.
The state personal presidency is in reality a school. I mean, that is, experts are crucial for Turkish public administration, in my opinion. The state personal presidency has always received positive feedback from the ministries it has worked with. Fortunately, we have got to know state personal presidency and benefited from its services because it's a well-equipped expert organization, a guiding organization, and it has made our work much easier. I have personally heard this feedback. Every organization in its own style trains its own employees. But state personal presidency is the master at this. I mean that the state personal presidency is the only organization which has the authority for public employment and public services.
The State Personal Presidency is an organization of the Republic of Turkey which shapes, guides and contributes to the public personnel regime. As I worked as a manager in this organization, I know that there are well-experienced, skillful and knowledgeable experts working there. I also know that those experts are currently working in senior management positions of various government units. I believe that this organisation will make a serious contribution to making the government personnel regime more efficient and effective.
This organisation has done unique work related to the public personal regime and public sector policies. It is a modest organisation working in the background. It has enabled our government to have profound legislation in implementing and auditing public personal policies.
Besides its own duties, the State Personnel Presidency has trained managers for critical positions in the ministries and other government organisations. I congratulate all employees who have worked full-heartedly at various positions from the top to the bottom at the State Personnel Presidency since its establishment.
In the organization chart of the State of the Republic of Turkey, the State Personnel Presidency has a very special and very important place. I realized this when I worked as a responsible minister for this organization from the May of 2009 for 2 years. Therefore, I believe that those who are at the management position of the government should get to know this organization very well.
The main aim of our directorate is to promote productive and responsible public employees who, while serving the public, are happy with their families and in peace with their state. As it has been until now, it will continue to work with sacrifice in the years to come.
The State Personnel Presidency is a major organization in the public administration, especially in the processes related to human resources. Until now, it has successfully performed all the duties under its responsibility. From now on, I believe it will continue to do so.
The State Personnel Presidency has been serving its state, its citizens and all public employees for more than half a century.